Hello, my name is Helen Stevens and I'm the Deputy Director of Kaizen. Today I'm going to talk you through the Standard Work / Plus Bitesize module. So the objectives of today's module is to understand the definition of standard work, to talk through the benefits, how to create it, then to provide an overview of the standard process description template, and then finally to talk through some examples of how standard work is used across SASH. So standard work can be defined as an agreed upon repeatable sequence of work assigned to an operator at a pace that meets customer demand. So it basically documents the current best known practice for performing a specific task. So the benefits of standard work: it ensures that work is done in line with current best practice. It simplifies and speeds up training as there's a documented record of how to carry out each task that a new member of staff can follow. It helps improve quality and reduces defects and waste as tasks are performed consistently. It helps finance team cost processes. It allows processes to be scaled up. In order to create standard work and document it, it's really important that the team is engaged and help identify which process the standard work is being created for. So the first thing that needs to happen once you identify the process that the standard work is being created for, you need to observe it really closely to identify the key steps. You need to identify who undertakes each of these steps, possibly how long it takes to undertake these steps, so that's where you might need a stopwatch. And then try and establish which supplies and materials are required at each step. And this is where taking photos may be helpful. And then identify if there are any safety and quality checks that occur within the process. So this is an example of a standard process description template. So this is what is used to document the standard work. So the first thing is identifying which process is the standard work for. Then you need to identify, are there any related policies or departments that this standard work is relevant for? Then identify the specific steps in the process. So write down step by step how to complete the task. And along with that, not only how to complete the task, but who should complete that element of the task. Then for each step of the process, are there any relevant photos of any tools or supplies that may be required? You can also include timings for specific steps if that would be helpful. And then identify at each of the steps, are there any quality or safety checks? This is where you put the red crosses for the safety checks and the yellow diamonds for the quality checks. And then finally, who authored the standard work, the date that it was created, the review date, and who owns the standard work. So in terms of adopting standard work, there's a key process. So often there's lots of variation when a task is being completed. Standard work helps standardise the task, so every operator is performing that same task in the same way every time. This just then, standardisation, forms a baseline from which ongoing improvement can occur. This is where PDSAs are really important, and ongoing use of Gemba walks and waste wheels to identify any waste in the documented process, so then it can be removed and continue to improve. Toichi Ono, who is the founder of the Toyota production system, stated that without standards there can be no improvement. So finally then, some examples of standard work that has been created across SASH. So in the Hood Hub, lots of standard work was created. This was a new process that was set up by the organisation, and every element of it has some associated standard work. So this is an example of some standard work on how to assemble the PF23 hoods. This standard work is used by staff working in the Hood Hub when they are putting together a hood for issue. The KPO team have lots of standard work, and this is just one example. So we run Rapid Process Improvement Workshops, or RPIWs. These are 5-day events in which a team of people who do the work come together and improve the work. So this standard work is for the KPO team. We have a standard work process description for every day of the RPIW to support the 2 facilitators running the event, to ensure that each event is run consistently in a standardised way. This is an example of a radiology standard process description. So this is something that was developed during a rapid process improvement workshop, and it supports staff dealing with queries when information is required, if missing information is required on a CT scan referral. This is the steps they follow to contact the referrer to get that missing information. So in summary, standard work documents the current best practice for completing a task. There are numerous benefits for both patients and staff. A standard work template is used to document standard work. And importantly, standard work is the foundation for ongoing improvement. It's a live document and it's continually evolving. There are numerous examples of standard work across SASH.